Man, always entertainment, always boss. I'm from say show crime attack. One bad says so. Hey, I'm a veteran. You love me down, let me know.
Heard that yesterday the Privy Council quashed the convictions of recording artist Adidja Palmer and his 3 co-accused. The ruling that the case be sent back to Jamaica's Court of Appeal for a ruling on whether they should be retried. Attorney representing Mr. Palmer, Alessandra LaBeach, is here to talk us through all what happened and what might be happening. Good morning. Welcome to Smile. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Were you his lawyer from day one?
No, not from the trial stage. From the appeal stage, I appeared with Mr. Buchanan.
Okay, and I think we know, but just to bring us up to date, the appeal was based on what?
It was based on, that is the Privy Council aspect of it. Yeah. Well, there are 3 main issues. The first being the issue of the miscreant juror, another being the issue of the early retirement, and the third being the issues in relation to the telecommunication evidence.
When you say early retirement, what does that mean?
At the end of the trial, the jury retired to make their deliberations, and then they would have come back on the same day with the decision.
After having been said what you folks deemed as late.
Yeah. Right, so they would have had to hear a plethora of information and have to consider it, and then based on the time between the end of the summation and their return, it was a short time.
So as you watched yesterday, tell me what you were feeling.
Well, first we were anxious.
Yes.
Not necessarily nervous, but anxious. I mean, these men have been away for over a decade, and so we wanted to have the best decision for them, and we would have hoped that they would have been reunited with their families yesterday. That did not happen, but we still consider the outcome a win because now they do not have that conviction against their names anymore.
Quashed means it's like
it never happened.
Like it never happened.
They
then
have no
why
records.
Was it sent back to our appeal court then? Why did they not just say no conviction, they're free?
Well, that was one of the things that was argued before the Privy Council by both sides, whether or not there should be a retrial. Well, the council has decided that they have sent it back for the Court of Appeal to make that determination. But I believe that much guidance can be gleaned from the judgment itself and the spirit of the Privy Council in how they dealt with the matter as to their opinion as it relates to the retrial.
By the way, did they have the authority to say free him? No? Did they have that authority, or it had to be done by our local court?
That was one of the things that was within their powers.
To say free him now?
Right.
So why do you think they didn't go that route? Right. I mean, obviously you can't really speculate, you're not in their
Exactly.
heads,
One of the things is that there are lots of issues, I believe, that were to be considered that they decided not to delve into, so that might be one of the things that they wanted to consider afresh here.
Is it possible that, and again, as Simone said, you may not know this, but is it possible that they're saying, well, we're not saying that he's not guilty, we are saying that something didn't go right in the trial, and because of that, go back and look again? Is that plausible?
Well, that is not what I was understanding from the judgment. That's not my understanding. That's not my understanding of what they were saying.
And your understanding would be?
That this thing that was done to them was injustice, and we have a chance here to make things right.
And so you watched
our own courts.
What are your next steps?
Well, the next step is to apply for bail for the accused men.
Have you spoken to your clients?
Not as yet.
Not yet. So you talk to them and now you await instructions from them.
Correct.
You've applied for bail already? Or
Not as yet.
You're going to do that?
As soon as we've had an opportunity to get our instructions.
And so even outside of that, no, in terms of other options, because I remember when Sir Samuels was here, we were talking about, things like lawsuits and possible outcomes based on what has been meted out to your clients in terms of the charges, the jail time, and so on. What are their legal options coming out of this situation?
Well, it is within the realm of possibilities that they might decide to take the route of taking action against the state for what has been done to them. But I cannot, in any good conscience, speak to that without having had an opportunity to discuss the matter with the...
We're just talking about possibilities, what's on the table, not what's going to be done. Obviously, we would not be able to speak to that.
Right.
But just the scope of possibilities that exist. That is one of them.
That is one of them.
As well as they could decide if they do walk free to just walk
Exactly. They could just decide, listen, we have gotten our day, we have been vindicated by the highest court in Orland, and all is well. And they move forward and go on to excel and thrive.
Back to the bail application. When it happens, is it, if they say yes, it's an immediate thing? So if you go court Monday and you say, well,
there is a procedure. There are certain things that have to be done, and it depends on whether or not there are any conditions and any stipulations that the court may wish to make. But it is possible that if the bail application is made in the usual course of any bail application, that they could get bail and go home the same day. It depends on certain things being done by persons who wish to assist them in getting the bail done.
And by the way, what happened yesterday is right across the board for everyone involved in this
Correct.
case.
That's for all four appellants.
It's not just Mr. Palmer. It's,
right. Mr. St. John, Mr. Jones, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Palmer.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I say, man, I monster himself for chat, man, and say, no, say, yo, they are represent for Warriors Entertainment. You hear that? Go check them out now on the YouTube. Be about upload. You hear that? Believe what I tell you. From my band, I know, say, man, for great. And so, say that.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.